Let me ask you something. Where's the downbeat? Where's 1? Right now you might be like, I mean, the answer's obvious, but this is far more interesting than I ever imagined. If you were gonna count it, would you count it like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or like this. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The song is Curtis Mayfield's Move On Up, and to find the answer of where the downbeat is, we're about to span multiple artists, multiple decades, covers, samples, covers that are influenced by the sample, and come right back to where we started. Turns out, it's actually a deceptively complicated group. Alright, here's how this all began. I've got a group text with my friends Mario, Dave, and Andrew. They've all been in other videos, you've met them. So the other day, Andrew sends this. Andrew says, Move On Up, does the horn melody start on 1 or 3 with a link to the Lettuce cover of this song? Let's play this version of the song so you can play this little game with us as well. This to me is so obvious. Mario texts back, I've always heard it on 1 based off this fill, but horns usually say 3. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obviously a 4-beat fill into the downbeat. That would make it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Andrew texts back, he says, yeah, I hear it on beat 1. Dave does too. This feels like one of those questions that's so insane you have to double check to make sure you're understanding it right. So I listened to it and counted the way that a few horn players we know would count it. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Confident, I reply, huh? Obviously it's on 1. Horn players are crazy. Ha ha ha. And Mario hit the little ha ha button on my message. That's such a good feeling in the group text, isn't it? Getting ha ha's. Got it. We're all in agreement. It starts on 1. We all share a chuckle, laughing at the expense of horn players everywhere because we're in the rhythm section and they obviously don't know how to count. Ha 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 ha. Case closed. And then a couple days later, we've all moved on and stopped thinking about it, and Andrew texts this. Quote, I think it's 3. Andrew's a great musician. He did the keyboard soundcheck video with me. He's a good friend, but he's also wrong. I text back, please try counting 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 for the whole song and see how that feels. Mario ha-ha's my message, so you know, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Andrew says the second chord is a push into a new measure. I say no, it's 1 and then the and of 2, not 3 and then the and of 4. I think it's 1 and 2 and, as opposed to 3 and 4 and. But then I've got an ace up my sleeve. I text back, where do the crash cymbals land? Because most often they're on beat 1, which will tell us where the downbeat is. Andrew texts back, probably landed on your head when you were a baby, cause you're so dumb. All right. Wait, double ha-has from Mario and Dave? What? After I iced my wounds from our roasting session, I took my own advice. Listen for the crash cymbal. But me, being who I am, I'm like, this version by Lettuce is great. It's from their 2008 album Rage, but I'm gonna go straight to the source. Let's pull up the original Curtis Mayfield version from 1970 and listen for the crash cymbal into the first chorus.
Well, you may find from time to time
3, 4,
complication.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I mean, the crash cymbal usually lands on 1, but that landed on 3, which would make 3 the 1, shifting the whole downbeat over, making me wrong. The Lettuce version doesn't have the crash cymbal on 1 or 3, he's hitting the pushes, so that's not much help. But there's a very clear 4-beat drum fill intro into what at least Lettuce is feeling as beat 1. Can't be more obvious than that. So the Lettuce version feels firmly in the beat 1 camp, the way I hear it. But the Curtis Mayfield version, the original from 1970, that feels a little more ambiguous. I'm still not hearing it on 3, other than that crash cymbal, which, yeah, happens another time later in the song. Alright, time to do some digging. Let's move through music history, see how we got these 2 totally different interpretations of the song, and see if we can answer the question, where did Curtis Mayfield feel this downbeat? This song also saw commercial success when it was covered in 1979 by the group Destination. And it sounds like 1979. Disco, baby! Very obvious to me. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, right? 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I kinda like this groove. It's kinda tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Hear that piano and bass? Comes in right on the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum, 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 bum. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Let's keep this going. This is tight. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Woo! 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Wait a minute. Are those pushes into the and of 4 or the and of 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Alright, this version's not tight. I take it back. There are other cover versions from the Flying Lizards from 1980 and The Jam from 1982, but those are also firmly in the Beat 3 camp. The wrong camp. Now let's listen to the version by Devon Russell from 1984. This is a reggae version of the song. I'm very disoriented right now. Because the reggae beat is very clearly... Oh! This hurts my brain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now it makes sense. If you count this with the horns coming in on 1, you sound crazy. But that's exactly how crazy I think it sounds when you count 3, 4, 1, 2, like Andrew and the horn players want me to. There are many other covers of this song, and I'm not gonna play all of them, but I'm still so confused. How can some people hear this song one way, and other people hear it completely differently? Well, other than the original Curtis Mayfield version, the most popular version of this song isn't a cover at all. It's a sample. In 2005, Kanye West released his sophomore album, Late Registration, which includes the song Touch the Sky. This was the only song on the album that Kanye didn't produce himself. Touch the Sky was produced by Just Blaze, who sampled the Curtis Mayfield version, adding additional production like drums and bass on top. And when he sampled, he probably wasn't worrying about where the downbeat is. Also, I don't know if you've ever seen Just Blaze play the drums, but he's a monster. That's why the drums on this track are so good. So he grabs the sample, plays some drums on top, and makes something new. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very obvious. This is why I'm hearing the horns on beat 1. I'm not just hearing the Curtis Mayfield song, I'm hearing the Kanye song as well. And that's also why the Lettuce version, the original length that Andrew sent, feels the way it does with a clear 4-beat drum fill at the top. The Kanye song was released in 2005, the Lettuce song in 2008. Lettuce is basing their understanding of the song on what Kanye and Just Blaze did. Now I get it. The Curtis Mayfield original version has just 2 drum hits at the top, because the drummer's telling us 1, 2, and then the horns come in on beat 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, etc. But the Lettuce version starts with a 4-beat drum fill because they're hearing it the way they've most recently heard it via the Kanye song produced by Just Blaze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So I texted this back in the group chat that it's probably just what version you're most familiar with that influences where you hear the beat. That the original is kind of ambiguous, and I guess most people hear the horns on beat 3, that's why the covers are the way they are, but Just Blaze comes in 2005 and, like a sampling producer would do, removes the sample from the context it was in completely, making the question of where's the downbeat completely irrelevant. He's trying to make something new out of it. That's why the Lettuce version thinks it's beat 1, that's why I think it's beat 1, as do so many other people, post Touch the Sky. And really, I mean, we do the best we can with music theory, but all that really is just a way to try to talk about this intangible thing. This little bit of magic, this amazing feeling inside when you hear something you love. So whether you call it beat 1 or beat 3, as fun as all of this is, what if we, in the end, just remove all the labels and enjoy the music? Mario texts back, "You prob shouldn't base your life off of what Kanye does." Triple ha-has. Yeah, I ha-ha'd it too, that's pretty good. For another musical investigation, check out this video on Earth, Wind & Fire September, where I try to determine whether or not Verdine made a mistake on the bass line in the intro.